Okay, so we're talking about Halloween in what year, what date? 1927?
Get out of here.
Thank you. We're well preserved for 1927.
Okay, well, this is what you remember, but in 1927, did you ever ask your parents? So in 1937...
I don't think they invented Halloween then, did they?
I don't know.
Okay, so we're talking like 1937-ish.
No.
No, we're talking about the 40s.
1947.
Okay, 47.
Come on.
Okay, so tell me what you told me again. When I was a child, we would say, we'd ring the doorbell and say trick or treat, which is what they do now. But in 47,
when we were 10 years old or so, somewhere around probably during the war, let's see.
45, 46, 47. We would go door to door, but I mean the costumes we wore were just homemade. Anything you could put on to look funny or silly. We didn't buy costumes. There wasn't any such thing.
Okay, and so when you went up to the door,
you would say anything for Halloween. That's what they did in New Jersey.
And do you remember that too, Wendy?
We didn't do that, but we didn't say trick or treat. We'd say Happy Halloween. Of course, Mrs. Jones or whatever the name was, because they already knew.
They were waiting for us.
Yeah, they were waiting for us, and they'd already. I mean, like we always knew we got cupcakes from this one person, and various things, and of course we'd have to. They go, oh, what are you?
What are you supposed to be? What are you supposed to be?
And you couldn't get your goodie until you went through all of that, saying who you were and who's with you.
But did anybody dress up like ghoulish?
No, because they didn't. How do they paint their face? They didn't even do that, did they? They put lipstick maybe all over the
Yeah, we had lipstick or something, but not ghoulish really.
No.
Scarecrowish, maybe a scarecrow, but the girls always wanted to be a princess, and
that's still the case. Wow.
Yeah, and we would get pennies and apples.
Now, what I remember in the 60s was we had...
Now, wait a minute, you were born in 1960.
I said 60s.
Well, it'd be close to the end of the 60s, wouldn't it?
Okay, so when I was in high school in the 70s, people would they would make their own costumes, and they would try to come up with really creative ideas. So, like, one year, I remember these two girls, they said, okay, well, we're going to dress up as dice. So they cut out, got a box and put arms in it, holes for arms.
Oh, I remember trying to do that, too.
And I thought that was so clever, you know. And,
or when it's dice there, and, I did that once at a party. Go ahead, I'm sorry, go ahead.
But then I also remember as a child, they would just buy those silly little plastic masks and have like a tie-up suit or something. It was like this flimsy, do you remember those? Did you ever have those in your...
They had some silly costumes they sold when you were kids, I guess, that were flimsy.
So like you'd have the strap and be just like you look through the thin plastic. And
wait a minute, do you remember going
and you were like Casper or
before
something?
You were in high school? Nina would come over to pick you up, and she was dressed as a little princess. And you would be dressed as a witch.
I was a black witch. I know, because I thought that was more Halloween-y than a princess, It's supposed to be scary is what I remembered.
And you had the big hat on.
One year I was a cheerleader, and then one year I was a football player, so I guess...
You were a baseball. I wore Kurt's baseball uniform once. Was it me? Yeah, I guess I did.
We'd have a lot of
ghost my costume.
People with just sheets over their heads.
I have a picture of me wearing Kurt's baseball uniform. Yeah.
So what was your best costume that you remember?
As a child or as costume?
as your costume that you created and wore.
When I grew up, I bought a nurse's
I went out as
costume.
a whiteout.
You what?
I went as whiteout.
A whiteout on the typewriter if you made a mistake, or...
Oh, you were whiteout. Okay,
Yeah, I was whiteout.
Oh, I didn't even think they had that back then. Whiteout.
Well, this is, you didn't ask, I wasn't back then.
Oh.
I don't even remember, I probably went, you know.
No, I meant as a child, not
I have
as
no
an
idea.
adult.
We used to dress as hobos. That was the easiest thing to do.
Yeah.
Hobos.
Yeah, probably did that, or probably
Most everybody
got
did.
in one of my mother's dresses and high heels or something.
Oh, yeah. Something like that.
We were hippies, because that was big.
Yeah, well, we didn't know anything like that. We only know about people who were homemakers and farmers.
We didn't have hippies then.
So did you ever black out a tooth or anything like that?
No,
Oh, yeah, we did that.
You did that?
Oh.
we didn't.
Hmm.
Yeah,
I
we
remember-
blacked out.
But nobody dressed up as like a ghoulish with a cape or
No.
something, or superhero? What about a superhero?
We didn't have superheroes.
Yes,
Well, we had
did.
Superman and Wonder Woman, yeah, I don't
You
think
had Wonder Woman?
But they didn't dress like Wonder Woman because they didn't have that kind of outfit. That would just be a bra and a pair of panties.
Hmm. No cape?
I don't remember. No. We didn't spend a whole lot of time.
We certainly didn't have money because that was wartime.
Yeah, we just didn't spend a lot of money on that kind of stuff. I mean, I lived in a very small town.
Where did you grow up again?
Rocky Ford, Colorado, had less than 3,000 people in it.
So...
That's not even half of this community.
Well, at least you had something, huh? I mean, everybody knew each other,
You know?
but...
And it was a farming community that was not very rich. And, okay, I think I'm done. Gotta go home.
Well, it's just been fun just chatting away here.
Make do with whatever you could, you know.
Yeah, we'd gather the candy and then we'd go home and see, okay, you got 3 of that. The candy
yeah.
sorting was the most fun.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I got 4 of that, okay, I'll give you one of those if you give me
That's
one,
right.
and then we reorganized the
But
candy.
you said that they didn't have wrapped candy.
No, it wasn't necessarily.
Well, a
we
Hershey
did,
bar, they
we'd get a
had in those
Hershey
days.
bar, we'd get cupcakes,
That's been a while.
we'd get juicy fruit gum.
Mm. So did people make popcorn for you? Like
We got popcorn balls.
Ew, those things are nasty.
I
Nobody
remember
eats
the
those.
popcorn balls.
Did you ever get caramel apple, like dipped caramel apple?
Not on the, but we did have them.
Because that was kind of traditional, or so I
Right,
thought.
but that, I don't know that we got them as a trick or treat though. No. But we did, I think we made them.
You made, oh yeah. They did the bobbing for apples at parties.
Yeah. We actually did that.
See, I remember the Zodiac Killer, so our Halloween were really scary.
Yeah, so we didn't.
And people would say, watch out for Zodiac! I mean, do you remember that, Mom? The Zodiac Killer?
Oh, yeah.
And people would say, my friends would, watch out for the Zodiac Killer. You know, and we were like mocking it, but he was really out there somewhere. Because I don't think they'd caught him.
They caught him up in the mountains. Yeah.
I bet you that's when all scary guys like that
He was up
hide.
in Wisconsin somewhere and they caught him. Or I'm thinking of a different one, I don't know. But during those days, remember, we didn't even have butter like we have here.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
We didn't have any butter. How margarine came into being, I guess.
Oh, you had margarine.
Well, we had white stuff that we had to put the yellow.
Well, yeah, you can get butter.
Well, it would come with a little capsule of color.
Oh my gosh, really?
And you would have to,
Why wouldn't they mix it for
We
you?
didn't even have meat. We had to go stand in line at the meat market to get meat.
So you're telling me that that yellow color is not natural in the butter?
In margarine, it's not.
not in margarine is not.
What
That's why
about
you
butter?
don't eat margarine. Butter is real. Butter,
But I thought butter was white.
no, butter is butter.
Butter is butter.
It's the butter, you know, it's the fat.
So wait, you put the capsule in the butter or in the margarine?
Margarine. They couldn't get us butter. They
Yeah.
didn't have it during the war, so
So you would get this white stuff, it looked like lard,
Hmm.
and then to make it more palatable looking anyway,
they
give you a little capsule. I mean, you put it in and it got it soft and you just...
Put it in the butter sugar?
No, you just took like a pallet or, you know, paddle.
Okay, there. Look at this.
And
No, it's just a design.
it's a design.
All right, Halloween 2016. Thanks for joining us. Say over and out.
Over now.
Over and out.
So, say who you are.
No.
This is my mom. Her name is Jody, and this is my mom's friend and my friend Wendy.
And where are you going to
And
play
we're-
this? Goodbye.
We live in California, and we're discussing Halloween fun.